Today we're going to fix the Game Boy Color. Supposedly it has no power, and most likely the sound's gone in it because, hey, most Game Boy Colors have that issue. So we're going to open her up and see what we can do. So here is the unit in question. It is a teal Game Boy Color. It's pretty dirty too, so we're going to clean it up. I'm assuming that is why it will not power on. You can see all that corrosion in there. Yummy yummy in my tummy. But anyway, I've gone and taken the liberty of unscrewing it already, so we don't have to go through a tedious process, and we'll take the cover off. And these contacts on the inside are not bad, so that's good. But these on here are the bad areas. So what we're going to take some batteries and we're going to see if it'll power on. Because sometimes people put these batteries in and they say, oh no, see, look, no power on, right? I move these batteries around a little bit, maybe. No? Oh, there we go. See, all I had to do is move the batteries around a little bit, and it powered right on. Of course, I'm not getting any sound. Try that again. I heard a very faint ding. You probably don't even hear it on the mic, but that, my friend, means there's a sound issue as well. Sometimes we can fix those, sometimes we can't. There are people out there that can fix it better than I can. I only know of two things to do, and that's replace the speaker, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Or, I should say, replace the capacitor that's near the sound port outlet. So, first thing I'm going to do is take this cover off, and we're going to clean up over here and over here on these contacts right there. If you you know what, even better yet, what we're going to do is take these contacts out. I hope. There we go, we got it. So this is pretty fucked up. They say you can put this in like vinegar for an hour or so, a couple hours, whatever, and it'll eat it right off. But I don't have that kind of time right now. I'm not interested in vinegar right now. If I need to later, I will. But right now, for purposes of me, I will not do that. I got my isopropyl alcohol here, 91%, and it should do me a pretty good job. So, Clean it up a little bit more. Clean out the inside of this right here. Now we're not going to make it all look pretty because this is the just fix it. But I guarantee you when I am done and this is fixed, I know it's fixed, I will clean off the rest of the case. And basically the same process I'm doing right now. I'm getting maybe even a toothbrush involved or something, but just rubbing around the edges and some alcohol. Alright, that seems pretty good. So now we can put our thing back in and see if it turns on much easier. Also going to bend this back out. Then we should be just fine. This is just for the purposes of turning it on and see if it's going to work properly with no moving the batteries around and stuff like that. So, hey, look, turned right on. Move the batteries around a little bit. All I'm doing is doing this. Still turning on. Working just fine. Okay. Now that we got that issue fixed, let's look a little deeper and see if we can't fix the sound. That's going to require me to plug in my soldering iron though. So, let's do that. And look at the board while it warms up. Flux ready. So we're going to take out one of these 6 screws. 1, 2, 3. 3 screws, that's it? Oh, fuck yeah. I like that idea. We're going to take out 3 screws. It's not like the regular Game Boys that had like 20 screws on the motherboard to take out. That's a pain in the butt, although they're easier to fix for the most part. You can even get rid of those horizontal lines in a Game Boy if you're careful enough. And I believe I have seen that, or I've shown you that in one of my videos before, so if I ever have one again, I'm not going to do another one. Maybe I will, who knows. There we go. That's a better one. That's a better size. The reason for me taking this board up like this is twofold. One, we want to get at the battery because it's hidden by the board. 2, because we want to clean the button areas. We have it open, so that's what we're going to do. And this, we're just going to pop off right here. Pull that out. Don't forget that. That would be disastrous. Alright, so basically I have the motherboard here. So the battery's all loose and floppy. It's all rusted. The battery of the speaker. Is that the... Huh. Is that the amp? Must be. I'm not too familiar with the ports on these, but the board itself looks pretty clean, and I don't need to clean it. But I will take some alcohol, and we will go over the contacts of the up, left, right, down, B and A. Start and select. Dry it off a little bit. Then we'll take a look at the rubbers, make sure that's not all gooed up. It's a little gooed up. You really shouldn't use rubbing alcohol on rubber, but I do just because. You can deteriorate the rubber really easy by doing this. You should really wash these in warm soap and water. Warm water and soap. Take them over to your sink or whatever, but for this video, this is what we're doing. And they are pretty gummed up there. You can see that. So, and that's good enough for that one. I also want to take out these. These tend to get your dead skin flakes in them. Yeah, these for the NES pads, any controller pad like this will get the skin flakes in them. So. That's just the way it goes, guys. So, we'll clean this off with rubbing alcohol. This one you can do with rubbing alcohol. I mean, if you're over at the sink anyway doing the rubber pads, you can put these under the sink. It's the same difference. Unless it's grimy. Which these aren't too bad. I've seen them a lot worse. A lot worse. There's that one that needs to come out a little bit. And these will like affect your gameplay too if they're not clean right. Like they're really gunked up and your controller's sticking or whatever. This is probably the reason why. It's the gumminess and stickiness in there. I gotta be an adult and take that goddamn foam and text that I was just getting. Oh yeah, you want to clean this area too? Because they get all gummed up too. I said this one's not bad. Easier with a toothbrush, which I don't have with me right now. These aren't bad either. I'm just gonna do these up real quick and then we will get to the sound because my soldering iron is warmed up. Okay, soldering iron's warmed up. We got our soldering braid. This is fun. These things are a pain in the ass. And it doesn't matter on this one if I melt the plastic, because for one, I won't be using it again. So, but on the one I'm about to get, there's no plastic on it, so that's a good thing. That was pretty painless. Only a little bit of smell of plastic. This one's a big pain in the butt. I'm sorry if you're not getting a good view of this, but I sacrificed the view for a more comfortable soldering position any day. And that's it. All done. Removed. No worries. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning off my soldering iron. I shouldn't need that anymore. Alright, so here is my new one. It was nice of them to put solder on it for me and everything. But these contacts are really close together. There we go, there's one. And there's two. All done. I apologize for the shaking. We're all set to plug her back in and try her out. Alright, so now we're going to test it. Got it all back together. Oh, ha, ha, you hear that, right? So now we're going to put it, well, that's not all back together. Now we're going to really, screw down the motherboard, and then we'll test it with a game. I got my version of Pokemon Red right here, boy. So, we should be fine. Okay, we've got it all put back together. Now we're going to put the batteries back in. We're going to put a game in. Volume slider works good. Color looks good. We'll test out the buttons. Ash is walking around fine. Looks good to me. Another successful fix, thankfully. The only thing I need to do to this now is give it a bath and find a battery cover for it somewhere, probably on eBay. Usually like $3 or something like that, if memory serves me correct. And that's it. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. Hit that big thumbs up button. Share it if you would. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for kicking it retro with me. And we'll see you next time.